Okay, fellers, I haven't made a video in a very long time. The last one I made was one where I was smoking marijuana and drinking whiskey and taking OxyContin. Boy, I was fucked up. You might want to watch that video. It's kind of funny. But anyway, there seems to be a real uproar in the community this last week, and a bunch of crap's going on, and I kind of wanted to address it. I'm probably an endangered species. I'm probably the oldest COD OG that there is. I'll be 69 years old in just a few days, June 5th. Been playing COD since COD 4, and when I first started playing, I used to have to ask the enemy, I have to ask the people before they'd start the game, guys on the other side, if they'd stand still so I could shoot them. And then when I got into World at War, a friend of mine told me about a rifle grenade. And boy, oh boy, I found heaven. And I started using rifle grenades in World at War. I bet I had 130 days playing time on World at War, maxed out 5 accounts. And all I ever used was a rifle grenade. I got good enough I could shoot that sucker across the map and get 2 or 3 people at a time. And after I'd shoot those 2 rifle grenades, I wouldn't even try to defend myself. I'd just throw a sticky at my feet and blow myself up. And the first 6 years of COD, I really enjoyed it. It was one of the best times. I had to retire in 2007 due to health. I say all the friends that I used to play with and all the friends that I've played with in the past and everything made it a really enjoyable experience those first 6 years of Call of Duty. It was old 360 days when I'd have to have 4 360s because one would be being repaired, one would be on the way to be repaired, one I'd be playing on, and I'd have one behind me, so when the one I was playing on, it red ring, I could get it and shipped to Microsoft. That's how much I played. And then the wheels just kind of seemed to come off COD when they released Ghost and got into the new gen Xbox One. I went ahead and stayed with Xbox One because they said they had done fixed and ring problems, and actually the 2 Xbox Ones that I bought are still working to this day. I use them for media players now, more or less. Don't play very many games on them because I got the Xbox Series X. I've got PS5, PS5s, and Xbox S's and all that, so I rarely play those Xbox Ones. But this uproar that has gone on now is saying that the Black Ops Cold War is unplayable. And if you really want to know the truth, every COD is currently dangerous as hell to play. And what's behind that is the fact of the PC Master Race. Now, the PC Master Race, back in the day, before this crossplay crap started, PC would get a COD game and it'd be dead in 2 months because all the suckers would have the cheats, and they'd have the cheats, and it would just literally, die in 2 to 3 months. Well, all that changed when it went crazy because Microsoft wanted to sell more computers, and they insisted that crossplay be put in. And apparently they made a big deal with Activision and the little troll, Bobby Kotick or whatever his name is, to insist that there be crossplay put in the games. Well, Sony went ahead and agreed, but they also put in their contract that they could never take the option out of a PlayStation Call of Duty to turn off crossplay. Thank God. Now, you can still turn off crossplay in Xbox, but it's quite a little, it's a little more, a little harder to do. So, anyway, the root of this problem is, and what makes me so damn mad, is that COD has known about this since 2007. One of these guys got real tired, who was a computer engineer, got real tired. He loved his computer and he loved his COD, and he wanted, now this is the claim, he wanted to save the old CODs. So what he did was he hacked his way into the COD engine itself. The very engine that runs COD today. They've changed it up a little bit, but it's basically, the rabbit door that he opened is still open. It's still there. And all you've got to do, now I don't have fancy editing or schmediting or none of that stuff. I do YouTube for the fun of it. I don't invest very much money in it. I stream. I have a good time. And really the original reason that I made this channel was so I could prove to people how old I was. They say, you're not you're not 67, you're not 66, you're not blah. I tell them, just look on my YouTube channel and see, hell, I look like Santa Claus. Well, all you've got to do, and before we do it, I'm going to give you a choice, because I know there's a lot of COD fanboys out there. Now, you're going to have a choice. There's two pills here. There's the orange one, and when you take this orange pill, then you don't want to know no more. You don't want to know how deep the rabbit hole goes. You'll wake up the next morning in your bed, you will have forgotten this video and think no more of it. But then there's the clear pill. Now you take this clear pill, there's no going back. You will simply learn how deep the rabbit hole is. Guess I'll give you a second to make your decision on which pill you're going to take. Now, all you guys that took the orange pill, goodbye. See you later. Have a good day. Now, they took this orange pill. Now, they'll wake up in their bed in the morning, and they won't remember a thing. But they'll probably have shit all over themselves because it's an X-Lax pill. So, more power to them. All right. Now, we'll start off with how deep the hole goes. And I don't even have to put this fancy. You can do the footwork yourself like I did. Just get on Google and Google MW2SA. MW2SA is what started all this garbage. Now, it was this guy, his name was Xenon. I guess he fancied himself some type of space pirate or something. Anyway, he opened a rabbit hole into the COD engine, and he put in there what's called a kick tool. And he said he did it all for the good of COD, to save the old CODs. And what this kick tool can do is, whoever's running the program, and it's only on PC, it's not on console, who's ever running the program can kick anybody out of the lobby that they want to, period. If they perceive that there's a cheater in there, they're gone. And he said, he tried to justify what he did, about the limitations and how only a few people had it, and they had to earn their way into the, and it was programmed to monitor that nobody abused it and all that bullshit. Well, I'll tell you what, this is the most toxic community in gaming. And I know if majority of these COD players have got a kick tool, your ass is getting kicked, bitch. In the middle of the match, if you're doing good, your ass is getting kicked. So another thing it can do is it can get your IP address. And for people that are on computer, they can actually use this software, this tool, to take over the computer. Like one guy found a story about one guy that he said, well, if you can kick me, kick me. And the guy kicked him. And then took over his computer and downloaded a bunch of porn, gay porn, and took all of his information off the computer, after a while, just wiped his computer clean, turned it into a brick. That's how serious this is. Now, what this tool can do, and I'm going to give you this, what to Google is just MW2SA, and it comes all up with it. What this tool can do to a console, you have to be in the same lobby with the computer hacker. Doesn't matter if you back out or not. If you get into the lobby with the computer hacker, he's got this, he's got your ISP. Now, if he's got your ISP, he can post it publicly. And, if you're just a little squirrel like me, an old man that, don't have a high KD or anything, but if you're one of these big, powerful streamers, and they got your your IP, and they post it publicly, then it's real easy to DDoS and keep that streamer offline. So here's the danger with the consoles too, is it can go into a console and get your personal information. It can get your payment methods. And I think this has happened to me since I have played in the past some, crossplay. Because it's a couple times on my debit card, shit's shown up. I didn't know where in the hell it was from. And the bank investigated it and charged it back to whoever charged it, and that was the end of that. Another thing they can do is that they can get your password and your email address for your Call of Duty account. That's why it's so important now to go ahead and do that double protection thing with Call of Duty. Very important. Now, they usually won't steal your account, but some people have had their accounts stolen. But the reason they usually won't steal your account is because that makes it easy for Activision to find them and know who they are. And then the Activision agents might show up. You're in trouble when an agent shows up. Okay. So, this dude here called himself Xenon. Now, right below where you Google this MW2SA, you will see stream community. So when you hit the button, I'll read it to you here. MW2 and MW3SA. Official administration tools for the popular MW2 and MW3 games used by hundreds of players all around the world trying to free public lobbies of hackers. Now, later on, this Xenon guy closed down the tool that he was using. But he didn't know that this guy's a computer engineer, but he didn't know that some of his guys that had this program got into it and got it. So it didn't end. He shut this down in 2012. This is how long Activision has known this shit. They've known there's been a rabbit hole or a rabbit door into their engine. And yet they went ahead and put crossplay into the game. So he shut it down in 2012. And these other guys saying, well, we're going to be good guys. And we're going to try to protect, the older games. So we're going to pick up where he left off. And shit really hit the fan then. So I think that's when somewhere along the line between 2007 and 2012, Activision made a deal with these guys that they could get mod tools if and do their thing, be left alone if they didn't just tear up, go hell bent when they, when crossplay started and start really disrupting things. Well, that was really a profitable move for Activision, because Activision never lowered the computer price for any of the old games. Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, all that. Kept it right at $50 and kept the DLC at $50. So they're making $100 pop because you had to have the digital copy, but they weren't making computer disc copies. So you had to have the digital copy of whatever game that you were going to go in there to play the mod on. Okay, the modded games, and you've heard all this already. Which ones were which? There was one for Black Ops 2. There was one that just finished for Black Ops 3, and they started that. And there was one for Modern Warfare 2. And one of these geniuses that was doing this work decided all of a sudden that he was going to cut Activision out the scene. That they were going to do something to the engine that didn't require the people playing the game to buy the game. Well, that's when Activision slammed the old patent hammer on them and shut their asses down, because there's no more money in it for Activision, so fuck you and fuck the community. Go do to the community whatever the fuck you want to. We're not going to say a word. Which they haven't. They haven't put up a word about this shit, man. Not one word. And it's so easy to find by just Googling it and following, the cookie crumbs down the rabbit hole and finding it. So, anyway, that's what's going on with the community today. And the PC master race are so scared, even though they're fucking with a lot of lobbies, and they're fucking with Warzone. I mean, if you're in any type of lobby with them, they can kick you out and they can do all this shit to you. And I've even read a couple of cases of where, if they do it just right, they can brick your PS5 or they can brick your Series X and wipe you clean. So, the majority of the PC master race right now, with all their cheats and everything, are shaking in their boots, because once this gets out into the community, that all you have to do to keep from having your IP address read is turn off crossplay. And don't play with the son of a bitches that have got this program. Turn off crossplay. Now, you could simply turn off crossplay on PlayStation by turning off crossplay. And be sure and turn off crossplay communication. Now, on the Xbox, you've got to go to Xbox privacy settings. Drop down to where it says multiplayer. And it says allow to play outside of Xbox and to not allow. You need to change that to not allow. And every time you start to search for a game, it's going to flop up that you don't have the right settings on. All you do is hit B button and click A again, and it won't tell you again until the next game. I mean, Xbox really pushing this because they're selling computers. There's guys going out there paying $2,500, $10,000 for computers so they can play the old games with no cheats. And I had friends try to get me to go buy a computer. I said, look, guys, I'm a retired CPA, and I've got some courses in the law, and I know one thing about patent law, is they can drop the hammer on them people at a stroke and be done. So that's what's going on. All you've got to do is to turn off your crossplay. You'll be safe. and send these computer hacking, cheating son of a bitches back to the PC hell that they cometh out of before crossplay started. All right, that's about it. About the longest video I've ever done. You'll probably see me ever do. Y'all have a good one.